Hello and welcome back to episode 15 of Unknown to World Known Club 2. We're back again with BK HACKEN, and so far we've had a perfect start to the season, and hopefully today we can keep it going against the champions from last season. So as mentioned in the preview, we're top of the league, 12 points so far from our 4 games, goal difference of 10. We started the season with a 2-1 win against Degerfors, and then we've kind of been smashing it since then. 3-0 against Osterlands, 2-0 against Malmesbury, although that was some late goals from Shaheen. And then most recently a 4-0 win against Vasteras with a Muziolik top hat-trick with 4 goals. So he was absolutely on fire that day. And today we've got Kalmar and Drugardens, of course, the champions from last season. Hopefully we can continue our form. Drugardens not had a great start to the season. They are unbeaten, but they've drew 2 games. Although Hammarby are a very good team. Halmstad's is a bit more of a disappointing one for them. But hopefully today we can, pick up these 2 wins, continue our great form to start the season. And if you think we can do that, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content on the channel. And please do comment your prediction for the Swedish Cup finals coming up in tomorrow's episode as well. Hopefully we're going to be in a good position. I do apologise about recently some of the videos haven't been coming out on weekends. I've had some very busy weekends and I just haven't had time to make the thumbnails for them. So I've just kind of delayed them, unfortunately, just because, life's getting in the way. It's Christmas time. We've got stuff to do. And also I'm playing golf a lot. Ignore that bit. Let's get into the first game against Kalmar. And the lineup for the game against Kalmar, we've gone a little bit weaker because we've only got 3 days after this to prepare for Drugardens. So we've got Branderhorst in goal, a back 4 of Abels, Hamar, Eil and Krausch, Priso, Shamoon and Olsen in midfield. Then we've got Beckham on the right, Sonko on the left and Moziolik up front. And also, we'll quickly mention Noah Eil, who has come in from Malmo, £575,000. He's come in as joint top defender alongside Hansen and Hammer. So, he looks very good. He's 6'5". He's going to be dangerous on corners. And so far, he's come in and done a very good job. So, he's young as well, so he's got room to improve. Very nice signing, I think. Early on, we've got a corner here. Olsen goes to the edge where Beckham collects it, goes back to Olsen on the left-hand side. Priso gives the ball straight to Gustafsson, who's able to break away for Kalmar here. And we need to get this attack stopped. Back to Lagerblake. Gustafsson over the top to Egho. Oh my goodness, that was so close. I think it was actually Abels who got a touch on that. And it nearly went straight into the back of the net. We've now got a Kalmar corner to defend. Anderson sends it in. And Branderhorst does really well to claim that out of the air. Olsen plays the ball to Muziolik through to Shamoon, who sends it to Sonko down the left-hand side. He crosses it in, Muziolik with the header, and it's hit the... I think it was actually a save from the keeper, which was an absolutely fantastic save. Priso's going to send the corner in towards the far post, and it's headed back across to Shamoon, who heads wide. Ring with a corner? That's a funny-looking corner. Throw in, Anderson collects it from him, and then falls back to Olsen, who tries to go over the top. Hamar gets it to Shamoon. Back to Olsen. Tries to find Beckham, but it's not going to get there. Ring and Olsen deal with it. But as it's cleared, it only goes as far as Hamar. So hopefully he can turn around and bring it back forward for us. He goes to Olsen short. Shamoon to Abels. Ball over the top to Muziolik. A long distant header that goes just over the bar. We are 0-0 with Kalmar at half-time. I'm not entirely sure how. It feels like we have really controlled that first half. Hopefully in the second half we can get this sorted out though. Lagerbilk with a throw-in for Kalmar. Gustafsson inside to Anderson. And he's forced backwards to Persson, whose Muziolik then falls all the way back to the goalkeeper. Eventually he plays a long ball forward. Egho nods it on, but easy for Branderhorst to come out and claim. So the highlight continues with Hamar receiving the ball. He pushes right out of defence. He's running a very long way up the pitch. Finds the ball through to Sonko. Oh, and that should be a goal. That's a brilliant chance for Sonko. The ball is headed away as far as Priso by Kalmar, but EL to Shamoon, inside to Sonko. He goes outside to Crouch, and then he finds it inside to Shamoon. So far, we've largely controlled the game. We're just not quite getting the breakthrough, but it feels like it might be coming here. Beckham with a brilliant finish to put us 1-0 up with 66 minutes gone. We lead against Kalmar. We can drop down to positive now. We got attacking since half-time just to try and ensure we got the goal. The goal has now come, so really patient play that's eventually paid off, and Beckham with a nice finish to put us 1-0 up. And just after the goal, we're going to bring Shaheen on for Muziolik up front, and then we'll also bring Egnell on for Olsen in midfield. Crouch with a long throw from the left-hand side, and somebody's gone down in the box. Apparently somebody tripped Beckham, so Egnell is going to step up to take the penalty and potentially put us 2-0 up here, and he does exactly that. 2-0 now, 74 minutes gone, and that should be game over, because yeah, from 2-0 up, we shouldn't be losing it here. Very nice finish, and now hopefully we're all the way into staying top of the league. And the player that looks most tired, Priso, is going to come off for Loftus with 10 minutes to go. Goal kick starts to highlight here as he plays it across to Hammer and then forward to Egnell. Ball out to the left-hand side, but doesn't manage to find Sonko. Carlson on the ball, back to Persson. Olsen goes over the top. Eyal heads it away. Shamoon to Loftus, and then Loftus is giving it away to Zaidan. Cross comes in. Hammer deals with it well, though. Shamoon, ball over the top towards Shaheen, but Persson covers him off very nicely. And Gustafsson has been closed down by Loftus. Finds Sonko. Back to Loftus. Shaheen. Beckham. Ball through to Shaheen. Shot into the top corner. And that is game over. 3-0 against Kalmar now. And we are remaining top of the league as we head into the game against the champions. This feels like an incredible start to the season, and hopefully it can continue. Long may it continue. Kalmar with a free kick here. Zidane is headed away by Shaheen, but it goes back to Persson on the left-hand side. Cross to the far post. Matko ends up blocking his teammate's shot. Matko back to Zidane though. Cross to the far post, and it's hit the bar, but Asoro was offside anyway. And now, full time, we've won 3-0. It's been a very comfortable performance, if we're being completely honest. Never really looked in doubt, which is what you want to see. And, you know, we've got a game against the champions coming up next. We're still top of the league. Malmo matching us every step at the moment, but they're not scoring as much as us. It's going to be key games against Malmo again this year. Obviously, last year we bottled it towards the end of the season against them, but hopefully this year we'll be in a position to avoid that. But for now, let's get into the next game. And the lineup for the game against Druggerlands, we keep Brander Horse in goal, but our back four becomes Calero, Hansen, Hammer and Crouch. Loftus comes in the holding midfield, Olsen and Egnell ahead of him. And then Polana's back on the right-hand side. Sonko and Muziolik maintain their places, however. Collins with a free kick for Druggerlands inside to Nalich and Ingelsson. Ball's back to Larson though, and early on it's been a very quiet first half as Diorio plays it back to Latif. Shot from range, but it goes over the bar. A very quiet first 40 minutes so far. Not a lot happening. And you can see it's been a quiet first half because it's 0-0. There's been 5 shots across the entire game, and none of them really big chances. A total of 0.35 so far on XG. So that really shows how quiet of a game it's been. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we draw with Druggerlands, I would say. You know, the team that won the league last year, we would like to pick up the 3 points. But if we draw, that's fine. I just don't want to lose more than anything. Calero with a long throw from the right-hand side. But Ross back does well to claim it out of the air, which makes me very concerned that this is going to result in a big chance coming. Hammer denies it though as the long ball came over the top. Sonko back to Hammer and then to Crouch on the left. Sonko in a lot of space here. Ball over the top. Muziolik Oh, it was a great touch, but he just sent it out a little bit too far that he couldn't claim it back. Loftus to Egnell though. Back over the top. Olsen with a running behind. Ross back with a fantastic save. And that's 2 great chances for us. But before we could even breathe, Muziolik heads over the bar from the free kick. And we are pushing it at the start of this first half. Shaheen is going to come on for Sonko on the left-hand side of the midfield. And we're going to bring Egnell off for Shamoon, who's going to go and play in the number 10 role. We're going to swap to the 4-2-3-1 because it's starting to feel like we're controlling this game. So I want to push on and really try and get that goal now. Couple minutes to go now. We're going to bring Beckham on for Polana just to see if he can have any late impact on the wing. Maybe he can get a cross in like his dad used to. Calero with a throw in here gets it into Shamoon, but it's headed away. Calero back to Olsen. Can he get past his man? Whips across in. And Shaheen has scored at the far post. It looked like we might have been getting a penalty anyway because Muziolik went down in the box. But then before the referee can even react to that, it goes all the way to the far post. And you can see there, Muziolik goes down. Shaheen is there to collect it though. Puts us 1-0 up with moments to go. And we have picked up a huge win today. 1-0 against Struggerdens. What a result against the champions of Sweden. We've come out, we've dominated the game, particularly in the second half. And at the end, we've managed to find a breakthrough. We've gone clear at the top. Of course, Malmo have got that game in hand. But nevertheless, clear at the top of the league as it stands. And on fantastic form. And we'll be back in the next episode for the Swedish Cup final against Hammarby. It actually will be a special this year, just focusing on that so we can then push on through the season. And big news, because Malmo have dropped points to Malmsby, which means we are now 2 points clear at the top of the league. It's not a lot, but the moment you're clear at the top of the league, that's something that can be celebrated. And again, Malmo, we're playing very late on in the season. So once again, we're in a scenario where that game could be absolutely crucial come October. Hopefully, tomorrow we win the Swedish Cup final. And then hopefully we're also still having a perfect record for the season so far. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment, do you think we will still have our perfect record by the time we play that cup final? Subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel. And thank you very much for watching.